The abolitionist movement was the movement to end slavery. William Lloyd Garrison was a member of the abolitionist movement. He was one of the most influential abolitionists because of the newspaper he wrote named The Liberator. The Liberator changed the points of view people had about slavery, which made people become abolitionists. Garrison was also the co-founder and president of the Anti-Slave Society, which showed his dedication towards ending slavery. And when the Civil War broke out, he continued to bless the Constitution as a pro-slavery document. William Lloyd Garrison is someone who stands out to me because he used his resources and made others believe in what was right.
The person that stood out to me more was Harriet Tubman. There are many reasons why she stood out more than the others, but there are some things that just leaves me in shock. She became a slave at a very young age, and when she was running away, her husband and her brothers were too scared to. The fact that she saved her family and more than 300 slaves amazes me, and also that she never lost a slave. I would never be able to do that kind of stuff, mostly when you don't know what they would do to you if they caught you. I bet if they caught Harriet, they would have killed her. But she never got caught. She would always try to avoid the police and dogs. The things that Harriet did, like save a bunch of slaves, cure a disease, and never lost a slave, leaves me in shock. And that one day I can have her confidence and bravery.
A woman who stuck out to me is Jane Addams. Jane Addams was born on September 6, 1860, in Cedarville, Illinois. Addams was best known for her work in the social settlement movement, but she also had an important role in women's suffrage. Addams not only gave speeches and lectures in the country, but she gave them worldwide as well. She even founded the International League for Peace and Freedom and served as its president for 10 years. When the 19th Amendment passed in 1920, Adams joined the League of Women Voters, which helped inform women about the candidates and the issues on the ballot. What stuck out to me the most was that she was the second woman ever to receive the Peace Prize. I believe that this is well deserved because she not only fought for peace in women's suffrage, but in several different other movements as well. She is truly an inspiration for young women.
Harriet Beecher still stands out to me. First of all, Harriet was a white female American against slavery. The reason that stands out to me is because most white people liked slavery and she didn't. She realized that it was wrong. The only reason she stands out to me is because, unlike John Brown or any other abolitionist, she was an author. In her books, Harriet argued about slavery. One of her most famous books is Uncle Tom's Cabin. That was a huge impact on slavery. The impact is that she sought to personalize slavery for her readers. It brought slavery to life for many people. It did not necessarily make these people devoted abolitionists, but the book began to move more and more people to consider ending the institution.
Out of all the people we studied active during the abolitionist, suffrage, and temperance movement, Wayne Wheeler stands out to me as being the most influential to achieving the goal of the movement. The prohibition of alcohol is a major achievement, especially for the temperance movement, but doesn't really stand out to me as much as how Wayne Wheeler had a major impact on that. His tactics, for one, was the main reason he had a big impact on that. He would basically bribe people, shame people, and threaten people for what they believed in. His dedication also stood out to me because his dedication was the personal experience he went through, and it stood out to me because other people we researched on had more than one encounter for what they were against, and he seemed to only have one encounterment of alcohol, and it surprises me how that really motivated him and how it really made him go extreme like his tactics show. This is why Wayne Wheeler to me is the most influential to achieving the goal of the temperance movement.
Susan B. Anthony really stood out to me from the other people we had previously learned about. Susan B. Anthony stood up for so many different things. not just equal rights. She believed everyone should be treated equally, not just men and women, but all people. She also wanted the world to overall be a better place. Unlike Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who Susan B. Anthony had worked with, Susan B. Anthony never married and devoted practically all her time to helping others. Susan B. Anthony at times disliked Elizabeth Cady Stanton for marrying because she thought Elizabeth wouldn't have enough time to focus on their movements. Susan B. Anthony also took the time to help slaves escape, supporting anti-slavery. She stood up for the suffrage movement and gave us women the right to vote today. She voted illegally and was arrested for it, but that didn't stop her. She never gave up and worked to the end for equality. In her old age of almost 90, she continued to work for others and stand up for everyone. She also stood up for the temperance movement and wanted to stop the abuse of alcohol. Overall, I think Susan B. Anthony changed our America in so many good ways and helped us greatly.